As so many of us know, Alzheimer's doesn't only affect the person with the disease, the lives of entire families can be altered with a diagnosis. And each person connected to someone with Alzheimer's has his or her own personal reasons for walking to end Alzheimer's disease. Today, through this special ceremony, we would like to share some of those stories with you. I'd first like to tell you about Norm and Sue. Unfortunately, they can't be with us today. Sue is ill. Norm was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease 3 years ago, and his wife Sue is his care partner. In fact, Norm and Sue have been partners for a long time. They've been married for 44 years. Norm was the constable for the city of Hackensack for 14 years. He retired about 3 years ago. He and Sue love to travel, especially on cruises, and Norm is a Mets fan, although he doesn't always admit it. He enjoys his 8 grandchildren and has a wonderful sense of humor. Today, Norm wanted to be here to show that while the road ahead of him may be uncertain, right now the disease cannot silence his voice or stop him from walking with all of you to help countless others. Norm wanted to walk to end Alzheimer's for himself and the 5.4 million others with the disease nationwide. Chris. I'd like you to meet Chris. Chris is here today because 10 years ago, he lost his father, Alfred, to Alzheimer's disease. Chris's parents, Al and Anna Maria, were married for just over 50 years. Al had 4 children, 10 grandchildren, and because of this disease, never knew his great-grandchildren. Al spent 40 years in the aerospace field and was proud to work on the F-14 Tomcat, lunar excursion, and space shuttle wing. He had such a talent with mechanics. In addition to his technological accomplishments, he was a woodworker, he loved photography, camping and boating, but most of all, he loved spending time with his family. As a tribute to his dad, Chris is leading his team in the walk today. To him, the walk is a way to fight back because so many people can't fight anymore. Chris walks to end Alzheimer's in memory of his father, Al, and in honor of all families who have lost someone they dearly love. Thank you, Chris. Janice is here today because she is a caregiver for her husband, Bill. Bill was diagnosed over a year ago and is retired after a long career in the pharmaceutical industry. Bill and Janice have been married for 45 years. They have 3 children, 8 grandchildren. Bill now prefers spending time at home. He likes to watch football, and he has a special companion, his spunky golden retriever, Evie, who is always by his side. Janice is driven to fight this disease any way she can. She is walking today to end Alzheimer's with each of you. Thank you, Janice. Stacey is a supporter because her grandmother died from Alzheimer's disease. Stacey has worked at the UPS for 18 years, and because of her passion to build awareness, she formed the UPS team 8 years ago, and she continues to be the team captain. And now Stacey's father-in-law, Louis, also has Alzheimer's. She doesn't want to see anyone else lose their battle with the disease, and knows that by coming together, we can all be a force for change. Stacey is a determined, spirited advocate for our cause. She walks to end Alzheimer's with the never-ending hope of one day living in a world without this disease. Thank you, Stacey. These people and the symbolic flowers they hold represent the promises that we have come together to fulfill. Promises to honor, to remember, to care, and to fight. and together they will create a dynamic, colorful, and meaningful garden. Many of you have put your hearts and your thoughts into your own flowers. And now, if you currently have Alzheimer's disease or related dementia, I'd like for you to raise your blue flower over your head and hold it there. Raise your blue flower. If you're walking to end Alzheimer's because you've lost someone you love to the disease, please raise your purple flower and keep it there. If you're walking to end Alzheimer's because you're supporting or caring for someone with Alzheimer's, please raise your yellow flower. Raise your yellow flower. And if you're walking to end Alzheimer's because you want to stop the rampant spread of this disease and help as many people as possible here in New Jersey and across the country, raise your orange flower. Hold up your flowers. The names and the colors and stories on these promise flowers show that we've all followed our own paths to get here this morning. But we will walk the same path together in order to remember those we've lost and help those who desperately need it. Even though we've come a long way, we've got a long way to go on our journey to the end of Alzheimer's, every step we take gets us closer. As you walk with your promise flowers today, you'll see firsthand the power that we have when we come together as a united community. Together, we will reclaim the future for millions, one step at a time. Thank you all for participating. Thank you. Elaine.
Thank you, Laura. Now it is